As of October 2023, as many as 10,000 teachers in the country had left to teach in developed countries. This figure, disclosed by the National Teaching Council, may even be more.
The mass exodus of our teachers outside the country has not been captured as it is now. The number is increasing by the day. As at October, we know of 10,000 that are left. That is accounted for. And for those who did not pass through our borders, we could hardly put a figure on. So after October, those who have left, we cannot account them for.
But for financial constraints, Abubakar Bansi would have joined his colleagues who recently traveled to the United Kingdom to render their teaching services. The father of three has been in the teaching profession for more than 2 decades and currently teaches at the Armed Forces Senior High Technical in Kumasi.
There's reason we are many. So if you are many and people are going, what's the worry? As I'm standing now, because of money, I would have gone. Because if I should go, the education of my children, I can cater for my children. I have to eat a better listen. Now, if a stranger comes to my, in fact, common food, I'm afraid. I'm praying that he should go ill as ill because the condition of life is not easy.
A few weeks after writing her licentiate exams, Priscilla went for a recommendation letter to aid in a process of traveling abroad. The 25-year-old is of the view that the teaching profession is not respected in Ghana.
In our country, Ghana, they devalue teachers. When I travel to other countries, though, they put value on teachers, so they will increase my salary. So why should I stay in Ghana? I have to leave the country for a better place.
Although Ghana is battling with a teacher shortage, most trained teachers are planning to travel abroad in search of better conditions of service. Firdaus is in her second year as a teacher trainee, but has already made up her mind to leave the country after she graduates. To her, the condition of service for the Ghanaian teacher is not encouraging and enticing enough.
If I have any chance, then I'm going. There are lots of students in Ghana, a lot of students. Some are even completing without getting jobs. So me leaving is not going to make anything fall short. There are a lot of students.
The high attrition rate in the education sector poses a threat to the future of the nation's education and development.
You have very qualified teachers who are leaving the shores. You have teachers over the time who have been at the grassroots, have come to understand the nuances. Apart from the academic work, the morality of our students today, what we need to impact, what measures to use to curb certain behaviors. Now, it is the bulk of these teachers that are leaving the shores of the country. And when that happens, education tends to suffer. The conditions are not just favorable, and the teacher today is worse off than before.
At a recent graduation ceremony at the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, the Asantini Otumfuo Osei II also raised concern over the mass exodus of professionals from Ghana.
It is without a doubt a disheartening spectacle to bear witness to a substantial exodus of our health professionals, teachers and graduates, all departing our shores in pursuit of more promising opportunities abroad. While it is important to acknowledge that human migration is not inherently negative, it is equally crucial to recognize that if this phenomenon remains unchecked, it poses a huge threat to the future of our nation. We must collectively work to transform our country into an enticing and compelling destination for our youth, a place where they have unshaken faith in their capacity to thrive and succeed.
For those in the education sector, until the government puts in the right measures and improve the condition of services of teachers, more and more will continue to ditch the country and render their services abroad, given the opportunity. Ibrahim Abubakar, TV3, Ashanti region.
And this situation is not peculiar to just the Ashanti region. We understand it's a nationwide situation where we have a lot of teachers leaving the country. But let's speak to Dr. Peter Partianti, Executive Director of the Institute for Education Studies. IFES have been doing quite some work in this. Dr. Anti, thank you for joining us here on News 360. Now, from where you sit and the work you've done in this regard, how serious is this situation of the exodus of teachers from this country?
Good evening and Merry Christmas. Happy New Year to you and your viewers. This is a very serious issue that, unfortunately, our leaders are not paying particular attention to. As alluded by the Asante Hene, you see rightly that a lot of our teachers are leaving the shores of the country. I might say that it is normal for people to look for greener pastures as they progress in their lives. So migration of teachers or teacher attrition is something that has been with us for a long period of time. But what is happening in recent times is very, very, very peculiar. It's different from the normal migration that we used to know or the normal teacher attrition that we used to know. Normally people leave the teaching field and then they enter into other professions within the confines of the country. However, in recent years, as been indicated by the NTC, a lot of these teachers, as a result of the licensure process that have been put in place, are getting more lucrative opportunities outside the country. And the NTC put the figure at 16,000, and 10,000 of them were successful. In fact, between 2019 and then 2021, it was reported by Honorable Clementa Park and then corrected by the Ministry of Education that 34,000 teachers left the teaching profession. So you will see, you agree with me that this is a very serious issue because this leads to the shortage of teachers that is imminent or definitely going to happen. At the same time, it also leads to brings to question the efficacy of the policies that are being implemented in the education sector, because the teacher is at the middle of all this. And if the teachers are leaving and we don't have a clear way of dealing or tackling with this issue, then it means that we are heading for a dangerous situation ahead of us.
I see, but that's where the concern is about the policy response, right? Because you talk about the disconnect in here. So if there has to be an adequate, urgent response to this situation, what should it be?
I think first and foremost, our leaders, those in charge of the education system should understand and agree with us that this is a problem. You see, Alfred, we are introducing the quota system at the College of Education. Now, we are paying them allowances. That money could be used to build infrastructure there, but we are paying them. So these are investments. At the same time, we are restricting the number of people who are entering the teaching profession. I tell you, within the next 4 or 5 years, we're going to have a serious crisis in the teacher front, because most of these people are leaving, and then our policies are being designed in such a way that we are not training more teachers. Unfortunately, the Minister of Education didn't see it that way. So the last time he spoke about this, he said that we are not likely to face teacher shortages because there are a lot of teachers that we have trained. But if you look at how we are going about this, a lot of teachers are leaving. We are introducing the quota system. We are not training more teachers. And those on the field are not satisfied, and they will leave with a little opportunity that is available. Within the next 4 or 5 years, if nothing substantial is done in terms of policy-wise, a conversation about the teachers' motivation, the teachers' well-being, the teachers' total well-being is not held, and steps are not taken to deal with this. I'm telling you that within the next 4 or 5 years, we're going to have a crisis in the education sector in terms of our teacher supply system.
Well, that's worrying, to say the least. But Dr. Anti, appreciate your time and the reality check that you bring to this. Thank you very much.
Thank you.